Hello and welcome or welcome back. My name is Selena and this is Bank of Me, and today I am saving for home maintenance. So it is fall, winter's coming, and there is a lot that needs to be looked at and fixed, and a lot to get ready for winter. And also I have a big goal for this year, which is to save 3,000 in a home emergency fund, home maintenance emergency fund. So I have this little tracker, so I know now what my aim will remain is 3,000 to save this year. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the total in here and each of the leaves represents 5% of each of the leaves, 5% of the total. Sorry, can't talk. So let's get started. So first of all, I already have some of it saved in the bank, which is great. But it's already middle of October, and I do have to speed up a little bit if I want to reach this. So it is 3,000 multiplied by 5%, because there are 20 leaves in here. So that's €150 per leaf. So at the moment I have 1,000 in the bank. Let me just double check that. I have 1,000 in the bank. There we go, there's the placeholder. And then I have 2,000, oh, that would be great. Then I have 200 saved in cash. So that is my status at the moment. That's as far as I've gotten. So if I take 1,200 divided by 150, that's 8 leaves. That's not too bad. So I can color in 8 leaves and I'll see how far I get. So today I only have a little bit of cash, not too much, but every little helps. And I have decided to pause absolutely everything else to fulfill this one goal of mine and reach it before the year is over. So at the moment, unfortunately, I'm not saving in my home emergency, in my Christmas binder, and I'm saving very little in my emergency binder as well. Just a tiny bit to keep it ticking over, and everything else is really going into the home maintenance for now until I reach my goal or get as close as I can, basically. So we'll see how far I get. I have 2.5 months left, and really, of course, I would love to save more for Christmas and fun things, but it is what it is. So I'll just make the most of it and see. And it would be so nice to just have it. So I had a quote already for what needs to be done to the house this autumn. Well, there's always things that can pop up, which is what this one is for. But it's actually not too bad. What needs to be done this time is not too much. It's not thousands, which is great. That means I can keep most of what I save here in the bank for an actual emergency, and that will be lovely just to have it. When something happens, you don't have to stress, you don't need to go to the bank. That's the whole point of this channel, Bank of Me. So I want to be the one funding my own needs and wants, and I want the same for everyone else. There's no better feeling than that. Yeah, we all grow up differently, don't we? We learn from our parents, or don't learn from our parents, or maybe we learn the wrong thing from our parents. So some of us are very lucky to have a really good, not just, being born into money. I know very few people that have been born into money. But I know people that have been taught really good lessons, and they're really good with their money, and that's something that's, I think that's, well, I think it's nearly more important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, my grandmother was very good with money, and what I learned from her was always take care of your things. Don't just buy something and throw it in the corner. No, no, no. She always hung up her clothes, and she brushed her shoes and her coats and everything was really good quality. So it was never designer, right? A designer was not, I don't think she knew what that was, to be honest, but it was always great quality, and that means it would last, but you have to take care of it as well. You can't just treat it badly. So that was one lesson, to invest in quality and take care of it. And I don't think she ever went shopping for fun, like a hobby. There was nothing. Yeah, she didn't do it. So that was really good. Learned and to cook from scratch, of course. And she would never go into a coffee shop either. I think I mentioned that before. That's something I really love and really find relaxing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the last leaf. Okay, that's actually not too bad. I did make some progress. So I have another little binder here that I'm going to use in a moment, and that's my home maintenance challenge binder with lots of smaller challenges. And then when I can dedicate lump sums to this, I will color in a leaf, and if I have saved up enough from the smaller challenges, I will color one in as well. So look at that. That is not too bad. Very good. We're making some progress. So when all of them are filled in, then I will have made it, and I have 3,000, which is the goal for this year. So that's lovely. So let me just put that aside, and let's start with the one binder I always fill, because it has a yearly challenge, is my Back to the 80s binder, and that's for my emergency fund. So in here we have, at the very back, save 1,000 in 2025, and I think that's one of the best ideas ever, because I really don't want to touch it, and I actually leave it alone, no dipping into this. So let me see what we're working with. We don't have much left. It's 1 week to payday, a bit more than a week actually. So we have 5, 10, 20. So I think I will put in 20, and then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay, so today I'm just going to put in 20 here. And I think that's me done with the September now, because I started it in July, so I need to fill in 2 rows, 2 columns every month. So July, August, September. So October I haven't even touched yet. Well, I will try to be better. And I haven't touched these either. I really have to get going on them, otherwise it'll be tricky in December then, when I want to spend money and relax. Don't really want to worry about catching up on savings challenges. So that's the Back to the 80s binder. I love this one, and I will get back to it after I have finished my home maintenance challenge. So now this is the home maintenance binder. That's where this belongs. I actually need to get one of those hole punchers to put this in here. But I have a few roll a dice challenges, and then I have some just marked like these. These are all worth 2. And then I have a scratch challenge, and this, I love this one. And since it's Halloween themed, I want to continue with this. Sorry for the glare. That's by Ellie on Earth. So I'll start with this one. and see how far can I get. 7, okay. And I will do one more. Dun, dun, dun. 4, 7 plus 4 is 11, so I'll swap that out. 11, and I think that's where I stop. Okay, 11 in here. Oh, just closed it. So 1 and 10, and that goes, whoops, that goes back in here. Good. Nice, nice, nice. Now I can roll the dice and let's do one of each maybe and see how far we get. So we have the Hello Fall challenges by Nurse Court Budgets, and they are very cute. So let's see, I do have a dice. I have 2 dice, but I think I'll just use one. Let's not be crazy. 4, okay. Okay, 4. 3, 4. Oops. Hope that's dry. Okay, that's the first one. Then this one just has all are worth, all the ducks, or are they ducks or geese? I think they're ducks. All are worth 2 each. So let's go with 2. Oh, actually, I could do a few more. 1, 2. So I put 4 in here. It's always very quick, isn't it? You want to continue to play for hours and just stash it away, but yeah, unfortunately, not quite there yet. So we work with what we have. And then this one, do I have something that fits? These could, I put in the numbers myself, so these could be scratch ones, but I don't have those stickers. So I'm gonna go with, I can do a 5. I can do a 5, okay. And that's a 2 and a 2. Very good. And oh, sorry, I forgot to say, this one is by Lifted Up and Living, and I really like them. Very magical with the pumpkins and the sparkly autumn evening in the background. Very nice. So that goes in here. 5 and 7. So yes, very meager savings, but you know, better than nothing. And I think that's the whole point, that even, you know, instead of thinking, oh God, I don't have enough, and it's really not, what's the point, you know, it's, you're never going to get anywhere, blah, blah, blah. If you actually do it and you save up bit by bit, you get somewhere. That's the whole point. So I will continue with this one. Next week is my favorite time of the month, which is payday, because I only get paid once a month. And then hopefully I can put away a little bit more. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and I talk to you next week. Bye.